Alright, welcome back. So once your virtual machine is already installed, we can start with ROS Noetic installation. So from here, we go to this link, and then in here, so there are just a basic ROS. There's a lot of different versions, and the version that we are using is ROS Noetic. So first, we are going to use this. Go to here, and then your type terminal. Oops, seems like it doesn't support this thing. So I have to open up here. ROS Noetic installation. What we are going to do in this session is just to follow the instruction here and try to set the ROS package up. Terminal. For pasting in here, you can use Ctrl+Shift+B. If you just use Ctrl+B, it doesn't work. So enter your password. Oops. Okay, and set up the key. Okay, interesting. The user below and let's see. Hopefully this solves that. Okay, nice. And then set up the keys. Yeah, here you go. Yes. Wait, abort. Oh. So the apt update, you need to like type this out every time. Like you need to update it every time when you launch. Before you launch the ROS, it's because you want to have the system updated regularly. Let's see. Okay. Command curl sudo apt install curl. Yes. Right. Yeah, just now because it put my installation in second instruction. Not sure why. Okay, then we go back to this. Right. Now we have set up our keys and then go back to this installation. Okay. And then we just use this. So it might take some time. Now we're just like 13%. After this full desktop installation, we are going to go to the environment setup. So what here it means is that there are quite a lot of different packages available already lah. And then we're just going to ignore that for now. But basically, the packages means that you can think of like existing library, so you don't have to code it yourself. So for example, if you want to do something like a robot navigation, there's already existing robot navigation file for that. And then for example, this one, ROS Noetic mapping. This one is also one of the packages that is very common for navigation and then virtual simulation of the navigation. So you can use this to install. This is the syntax. And this is to find other available packages. You can go to here. Yeah, we are in Noetic version. You see there is a lot. You must source the script every batch terminal you use ROS in. So this is actually something like you need to update the ROS master saying, hey, I already update the code. You have to update on your side too, and then kind of like making an exe file for you to run the code. And then next is the dependency for building packages. So for example, this is the tool to install the packages that we are probably going to use, which is Python, and then some other essential things. Before you can use many ROS tools, you need to initialize ROS step enables you to easily install system dependency for a source you want to compile. So this is also another useful tools that we are going to use often during the development. So as of now, we are still in the module of installing ROS Noetic inside Ubuntu. Alright, so once it has been installed, so you go to this, then you should be able to see this kind of returns. And let's go to environment setup. So it's because that we have made changes to our working environment that we need to set up this source batch source the script is setup.bash. So it will be a hassle to do to source the script every time the new shell is launched, right? So we just do this, and then this is to make the automatic sourcing lah, basically. And then we just use this directly. Yes. Alright, and continue to ROS step. Just update. So just now we have gone through this basically. Right, the ROS workspace. Yeah, so okay, nice. Alright, so we have just installed ROS, and then now we need to set up our environment. And so this looks good. So this distro, like if you are curious enough to go through every of the ROS tutorials inside here, you will see that every single instructions they use will have like this ROS and then distro. So this distro you just replace it with the ROS version that we use, which is in this case is noetic instead of kinetic. Yeah. So this is what this part means. So we have already done that in just a few minutes ago lah. So we can skip, and then now we create the ROS workspace. So this is, remember when we went through the basic of ROS terminologies, we go through Catkin. So this is the place where we are creating it. So cd means make dir is actually make directory. Directory is a folder. Yeah. So it basically means make a folder which is in Catkin, and there, in Catkin there is source. So now cd is go. You can say it's go to directory lah. So we go to this. So you can see we are in the Catkin folder right now. And then Catkin make. Catkin make is something like you are compiling it. So every time you do development and like you save a new code, you don't only have to save the code, for example the Python code, you also need to catkin make this one to apply the changes. And then this again. And yeah, so this is settled. Now moving on to, yeah, this is just to let you familiarize what is Catkin, what is ROS build. ROS build is actually similar to Catkin. You can just choose either one. Yeah, if you want to navigate between the folders, you can use either CD or ROS CD. If you use ROS CD, it is just within the ROS environment, meaning that if, for example, we are having okay, for example desktop, here we have Catkin, right? If you want to move between desktop documents, like from documents you want to go to downloads, you just use CD. If you use ROS CD, it won't work because ROS is just only inside Catkin, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and then you can use ROS CD log. It will take you to the folder where ROS stores the log files. ROS LS is list out the files or folders inside this current directory, and ROS LS with the ROS adding on like in the front is actually means that it's navigating between the ROS folders lah. And just for your information, you can use the tab to complete the entire package name, meaning that when you want to have something like, okay, cd, okay, let me just go to here. So now, okay, ls, we have this kind of folders in here. So if I want to go to cd, for example, downloads, yeah, it will be a hassle if I want to like move into uh, different directories every time. I need to write out every of the single names, right? But if it's not just downloads, it's downloads RK or download Reiki, I'm just too lazy to write out everything, right? So you can use cd, then you just press D, and then okay, we have double D here, so you just use like this, and then you just press tab. Yeah, when you press tab, you can automatically complete it for you. So if there's like for example two folders start with do, so we will have a little sound saying that, yeah, if you press double tap, it will list out. There's two documents, two folders with the same uh, starting with do. So you just have to choose okay W and then tab, then it will complete it for you. So this is just the tips. And then the rest is, yeah, just the demo of how to use the tab. Yeah, so this is the naming pattern basically to use the ROS tools. ROS pack, ROS CD, ROS LS are for navigating between ROS development environment. For the pack, CD and LS is actually Ubuntu language. So when you go to, for example, Ubuntu cheat sheet, you will see that okay, let's use this. Sudo, if you notice previously in our installation we also use sudo. Sudo is actually something like as a admin do this. So yeah, so like for example this is something related to user user level, and also what are the levels of the tools that you can use. For example, it's actually similar to Windows administrator. So sudo is actually using the administrator role to access the system, to make changes to the system. Let's see. Oops. Okay, it's done. In 1 second. Linux command tissue. Yeah, so yeah, pardon my mistake. It's actually a Linux command. So ls is list all the files, cd is change directory, pwd is print the current working directory, make the create new directory. If you want to delete, you just use rm, which is remove files and directories. And there are actually some of the things like rm dash space and then dash r deletes the directory in and its content. So there are actually some of the like the dash flag, like this one we call flag lah. It's because sometimes there are certain limitations that then um, that particular user, meaning that maybe okay you are not administrator, but then inside that directory you have system files, so only administrator can delete. So you can use for example dash r and dash f to do that. Of course with those with administrator only system files, you need to include a sudo in front of this. So the full command is sudo rm dash f. And then if you want to copy, it's using cp. And there are actually a lot of the commands that you can use. These are all we call Linux commands, which is used inside for you to navigate inside this terminal. Because as you can see, we don't have a GUI like the user interface right here. So yeah, but of course uh, inside we can still like navigate in between here like using this lah. But if you want to do coding and stuff, you Linux is Linux commands is a better way lah to do so. And moving on, creating the ROS package. Let me see. For now, we can still skip this, but if we are going to do the development, we are going to work through this now. So it will be in another session. But if you are interested, you can go through here, like starting from the beginner level to the intermediate level. If you went through this before or prior to the workshop, it will be very beneficial for you lah, because this is all ROS. This is all the workflow that you will go through when you do development in here for the competition. So yeah, that's all for the ROS basic tutorial, and then I will see you in the next video, which is about the installing the ROS package of the at-home simulation competition.